sent to me people who are enjoying it. There are people who enjoyed it through the first episode.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anybody who has said, oh, I watched the whole thing. I love it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how you defend that Matthew thing. I mean, that was just horrible. Anyway. All right, well, I'm sorry I put you through this horrible experience.
It's okay.
And my friend Amber and I have a weakness for Hallmark original movies, particularly around Christmas.
I do not feel like liking Hallmark movies is a weakness for them. It is a strength.
Johnny came to the quirky town of Fool's Gold.
Which, yes, also, they're killing it with the names here. Fool's Gold.
To support his sister, not to fall in love.
Oh, Johnny. You came to the wrong channel.
We're going to have a Yule log. But it was so bizarre because a Yule log is a thing, I guess, but it's like a huge thing in Danica's family.
Yeah,
Her
they're
mom
definitely a thing, and they're definitely delicious.
I'm excited to try it. This Jew wants to try a Yule log.
The dialogue was terrible. Like, how about the scene where they're getting really close? They're about to kiss.
And she's like, oh.
I haven't experienced a day like this. It reminds me of my dad.
And he's like, yeah, it reminds you of your dad.
What?
Very talkative right now. I'm just trying to keep my cool because it's Paul Campbell.
So, Paul, thank you so much for being on our little podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled that Amber's doing such a good job of keeping her cool. So good. Let's see if she can maintain it.
You give Miss Christmas.
I think we should say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Five. We both give it a 5. This is good. This is if you like Hallmark rom-coms, then this is it. This is how it's done.
This is the perfect movie.
The next one, Engaging Father Christmas. I was live tweeting this one. And I have to admit, it was not pretty. I got to some dark places on that tweet thread.
He actually like teared up and was emotional about it. And I was like, whoa, and sometimes I think maybe I don't know, you think of these stories we tell and you never know how it's going to impact someone.
We all get emotional at Snowman's, so this is understandable. Softly was sort of my gateway drug in the Hallmark.
Gateway drug. I'm storing that and using that later.
What was you've always been a fan, Amber, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like saying Sarah Plain and Tall was my gateway drug really counts, because that's like, that would be, I basically have fetal alcohol syndrome for watching Hallmark movies.
Him and his highfalutin cooking, he's going to judge me or something like that. It seemed like the dad was the one causing the estrangement, not the Brendan Penny character to me.
The men of the DeLucci family are proud men.
There's really not that big a difference between baking and cooking. They should be able to work this out.
How dare you, first of all. Baking and cooking are two different genres of Hallmark movies.
Phil is here with us. How does it feel, Ruth, that you have been on this podcast 4 times? This is exciting.
Actually, I was just telling one of my really good friends about the fact that this was my 4th time to be on here. Yeah. And he told me I need to keep being on here. That's what he said. So I'm going to take his advice.
We're glad we have support of your friends and they're like, what are you doing on that podcast? They're often tough on romances. I don't know what their problem is.
I think also because they were dating at the time and were, very much a public couple, that I don't know, maybe that did it. But you're right. If you mention Overboard, everyone in the room will say, oh my God, I love that movie. And if they don't, you should leave that room.
He's like, so what are your mom jokes like in Virginia? And I was like, I don't know, any other mom joke? I don't know. And he goes, your mother, as if Virginians have an accent. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now, but Canada thinks that Virginians are British.
Rosemary and Lee have electric Christmas lights. So maybe Rosemary was able to find some electric.
No,
battery powered lights. I love it.
I mean, actually, who knows what happened with candle technology in a world where World War I didn't happen? I have been wanting to podcast with Hallmark, Miss Emma, about any Disney Channel original movie for quite a while, and I was like, Chasing Liberty, My Date with the President's Daughter. Oh, there's only 2 more. This is perfect. So that's where that came from.
So if this ends up not being great, it's Amber's fault.
It's actually Rachel's fault for not liking them.
I can safely say, however, that one of these movies is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And that is not an exaggeration.
Give me a lot of magic around in fashion.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Mike Bloom is money.
Very, very little money. I'm like the dollar you find in your jeans when they come out of the dryer. Like, oh, this is nice. Doesn't change my day, but it's nice. I think I compare myself to that.
And where's this mysterious ice cream shop?
I would like to know that too. I'm thinking we never got to see Hattie at the ice cream shop.
Maybe it's like the Hope Valley version of like a speakeasy, Everybody hide all the ice cream.
Though you're just acting in a movie, there's something like really special about that feeling.
Yeah, that red dress, at least from the promos, it is beautiful.
It was honestly so beautiful. Everyone was like, "You need to keep this. You need to keep it." I was like, "What the heck am I gonna wear this to?"
It's just like around the house doing chores.
Yes. So this was how my boyfriend would be like, "What are you doing, Cindy? Like, get a grip. Like, you will not speak to me this way." But it would just be in my closet collecting.
Why your bakery's failing, chick?
Pine nuts and rosemary. Like, that sounds so gross. Like, who wants to eat that in a cupcake? Like, chocolate and peanut butter. That's okay cupcake. Yellow cake and chocolate. Good cupcake. Red velvet cake and cream cheese. You don't need rosemary in your cupcake. That's disgusting.
Well, who are the people writing for Hallmark Food? Because honestly, stop putting plants in my food.
I think here's the one thing. They obviously have a winning formula. I'm sure they don't want to mess with it too much. But every so often, we know what you're doing, so maybe do a little something else.
Yeah, think of your friendly neighborhood podcaster, please.
No, we have hours to fill here.
So you can do some recruiting for your firehouse.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, they would. That would be quite the calendar if we got all these guys together.
Oh my gosh!
Right? Just think about Hallmark being able to release a fireman calendar.
Yeah. It would be something else.
Yeah. Everybody would buy it. Don't lie. Everyone would buy it.
I'd buy 3.
One of the guys in my one of my friends growing up, he and his family were watching an ABC family movie, and his mom was like, "What is this? I thought this was a family show." And his dad said, "Well, they're making family." So there are some people who make family in this show. So if that kind of stuff, it's not like you see anything, but shenanigans happen. # not Hallmark chastity. Like, oh, we're so worried about her. She's spending her time in the room watching wholesome family-friendly films.
I watch them with my family. That's the thing. My family, we watch all these movies together.
At least you didn't watch
Because, at Hallmark, it's about family.
I was so happy my parents were out of town this weekend. Well, doctor. And, as soon as I watched it, I deleted it. I'm like, I don't want my mom to see the jar.
I certainly try to have fun. I remember, I can drive writers crazy sometimes because I used to joke that I'd come in with 5 ideas just because I wanted 2 of them. But I'd ask for sort of 3 outrageous things, and then finally they just let me do, the last 2 because they felt sorry for me. So
that's just good bargaining.
Well, exactly. That's what I thought.
Favorites moments of countdown down to Christmas. It's 33 films. Whew! Amber, can you believe we survived?
We barely survived. I mean, when I couldn't even do Royals New Year because I was like, I can't deal with it anymore.